Hey y'all, welcome back to You Had Me at Black. It's Martina.
And I'm Brittany.
And we are officially halfway through our countdown to our 10th birthday.
Woo!
And if you have been tuning in this whole time, you have joined us on a psychedelic trip in the mountains of Peru. You have joined us to set a building on fire in Oakland. You've prayed for good news in a Los Angeles hospital. And you've even snuck into the zoo.
These stories are just some of the hundreds of stories we've shared that have stayed on our hearts in the years since they first aired.
And this week, we are revisiting the story Theo's Mixtape, which was recorded live at one of our kickbacks in Oakland.
Once upon a time, Theo had a budding music career. That is until he goes out for his big break, auditioning for his school's talent show, and finds himself in a bit of a pinch.
After the story, stick around to hear from Theo himself and his reflections on what this story means to him today. And I have something to share at the end of this episode, because with our birthday, we are also making a comeback.
Comeback?
Yes, a comeback. And this comeback is bigger than just the podcast returning. We are building something beyond that. We are building a home for our stories on our terms that is sustained by the people who love it. So stay with us until the end.
Okay, here's what happened.
You're listening to You Had Me at Black. Black.
Right in the heart of the city.
Black.
Man,
black.
Listen, man.
Black.
This is You Had Me at Black, and we live, baby.
So the year was 1996. I was living in a small town in Tennessee, outside Nashville, called Hendersonville, Tennessee. Super white town. It was actually where Taylor Swift graduated from high school. No, seriously, yeah, like, Google that. It's real. And so back in the day, I had a little singing, a little child singing career. I was like 9 at the time. I was like in all the school musicals and the Nashville Children's Choir and church choir, the whole 9. I was big time. So the elementary school talent show came up, and it was on. I was going to be the star of that show. That was like my goal at the time. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get up there, do my solo, probably get a contract signed after that, go big time. So my mom, she actually was like super supportive of it. She was like, yeah, baby, we want to get you up there. We're going to get you singing. So we went to like the Radio Shack or whatever it was at the time, because this is like 1996. So we had to pick out like the perfect song for my like solo debut. And we picked Michael Jackson's like 1960s classic Ben. It's like it's a weird song if you're not familiar with it. It's like he recorded it as a child, and then it was like he wrote it to his like pet mouse. So it's like a weird like friendship. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I'll sing a couple. Excuse my voice. It's ravaged from like a decade of smoking pot. But Ben, the two of us need look no more. We both found what we were looking for. Okay, cool. Yeah. So I was like, all right, cool. So like every day for like months, I came home, practiced with my mom to get the act tight. She was like, low key, she was kind of like one of those like intense dance moms. She was like very like, all right, let's get it again. You had to rewind the tape. The tape came like two-sided. It was like the vocal side on one side and the other was like the instrumental, and it came with like the printed out lyrics. This was like old school. There was no YouTube in anything in 1996. So practiced for a couple months, because like the auditions were like high stakes. Like I knew a couple people that didn't get in before, and it was just like dope to get in. So I was nervous, but I'm ready. The day of the talent show comes, I'm ready. I'm sitting at the breakfast table. I'm like, yo, Ma, let me take this cassette deck to school so I can like practice during like my like lunch period or whatever, like get my shit tight. She was like, Theo, I know you. If you take that tape to school, you're gonna lose it. I'm gonna just keep the tape. I'm gonna bring it to you after school and in time for your audition. So I did the only thing I could do. I snuck into a room when she wasn't looking and stole the tape, put it in my brown paper lunch bag, and I was off. So, it was a normal day at school. I'm amped up. I remember like lunch that day. I didn't practice at all. I definitely was like in this, like my homie, my partner, he was another singer and he had his audition that day too. We were like best friends. We were like the male singers, like the renowned fourth grade male singers. But he was like, it was Nashville, so he was like into country music, and I was like the soul singer, right? So I remember we had like a sing-off that day. Like we had to just settle the dispute, like who's the dopest singer. So clearly we picked our favorite song, like the hit in 1996 for fourth graders, Hanson's Mbop. And we had our sing-off. And I think I won. Lunch was awesome. Threw away my lunch, went back to class, proceeded with the day. End of the day comes, I'm like, all right, audition time. Ma comes up, she's like, what's up, Theo? I'm like, what up, Ma? She's like, Theo, I can't seem to find the cassette deck tape. Did you take it? And it was at that point that I realized, oh shit, I definitely threw away that tape with my brown paper lunch bag. And we're in elementary school. I got 30 minutes to my audition. We don't have time to go back out, go to the store, get a new tape. So my mom's fucking pissed. She goes, hollers at the one other black dude in the school, the janitor, cool ass janitor. He was like, all right, yeah, y'all can go to the back. So the next thing I know, me and my mom are in a dumpster of discarded elementary school lunches, and it was the nastiest shit ever. Like everything that you could imagine inside of an elementary school dumpster from 1996. There was the tape, like the fruit roll-up tape, just miles of it, Capri Suns upon Capri Suns, Lunchables, a little discarded ham meat cylinders, just all of that. And my mom the whole time just cussing me out in the back of this elementary school, I told your ass not to take the tape. I'm gonna have your dad whoop your ass when we get home. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. And we're searching through all this shit. And I'm pretty sure I told the story to my mom the other day. And what she remembers is that I actually lost not only the tape, but my retainer. So I'm pretty sure there was a bit of her that was more pissed about the retainer because that shit cost money. And I'm just sitting there nervous, I don't know what I'm gonna do for my audition in 30 minutes, full 30 minutes of this. And it's time for my audition. So I go in, covered in this, discarded, elementary school lunches. I'm Theo. My mom's there, staring me down, just her neck just burning in the side of her face is burning inside of my neck. And I'm just all right, let me get into it. And I have to sing Ben a cappella. And I sing it, and I'm just Ben, and I'm just crying. I get through it, super depressed. Go home that night, think my singing career is done. I'm never gonna make the talent show. As soon as we get home, Mom, true as word, tells Pops. Pops lays into me. It was just a bad night all around. So the next morning, I get up and go to school. Go to the cafeteria. They have the talent list roster for the talent show listed. And I go up, let me check it out, pretty pessimistic. And my name's right at the top. I'm in the talent show. I made the talent show, got in. And yeah, I went on it wasn't a competition talent show, but it was dope. I was in it. I got I got 2 copies of the cassette deck tape this time, just in case anything happened to the other one. And I called my mom whenever I found out. She was hella excited. Got home. She made the sloppy Joe dinner. That was my favorite dinner at the time. It was good. And the next year, I was completely not a singer anymore. By that point, I wanted to be a rapper. I got in the talent show again. That time, I rapped Men in Black with 3 white girls inside of black suits. Did a choreographed dance number behind me. It was lit. So yeah, I was never a singer again after that. I guess the winner of that story is definitely my mom. My mom, her birthday was 2 days ago. really cool lady. And yeah, I'm not a parent yet. But when I am, I hope that I can be half as like dedicated to whatever like passion my child has, to be like knee deep inside of discarded like 4th grade lunches. Again, I cannot stress how gross that shit was. Like, and we're not even talking about like the kids who don't bring their lunch and that, like the rectangle pizzas, all that. It was disgusting. But to be on that level of a parent, I think it's definitely been pivotal for me. I continue to like have a lot of different passions, but I always like pursue them wholeheartedly, and I want to push that on to my kids one day. So yeah, that was for my Dukes. Thank you guys.
So maybe it's because I don't have kids, but I am always so tickled when kids think that they know something that we don't.
They think they're so smart.
Like, I remember, of course, being there many times at that age, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the trust that you have in yourself at 7, that's what I'm trying to get back to, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, that blind faith in myself, even though everything leading up to it says the opposite. Like, that is the point of inner child work.
Yes. For me, I related to Theo because I, too, was the local singer.
Yes, that you were.
I remember meeting Theo for the first time in Oakland.
Aw.
He has this huge smile and this charismatic, go-lucky vibe to him.
Yes, he does.
So I was not surprised at all that he was the town singer and snuck his cassette tape to school. But he low-key reminds me of TJ from Recess, whose name is also Theo.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 90s kids out there, y'all know the
Mm-hmm.
show, the animated show Recess. So if you can see TJ from the show, then you know Theo.
Yes.
And I feel like you could see Theo's story in a cartoon episode of Recess for sure.
Yeah, you definitely could. Also, can we get a little commotion for his mom?
Yes.
Because,
Ma'am. Wow. Scavenging through an elementary school dumpster?
is pure love.
Pure love.
Unconditional love.
He better not have misbehaved for the rest of the year. He can't breathe funny. I waited
Listen.
the trash for you.
That's how you know a mother's love is something different, you know?
Yes.
So you know that this story, we recorded it live at a kickback in Oakland in March 2017. And that kickback was actually one that we threw to kick off and celebrate our 3rd season. So folks who, you know, might remember, we used to host kickbacks as kind of like a season launch party. And then we would air the stories told at those kickbacks as the season finale. And so that's what we did with this story as well. And most folks who listen to the podcast actually don't know that we coach pretty much every storyteller before they record, whether they're telling their story in front of a live audience or not.
Because, yeah, I mean, some folks are natural storytellers and some are not. And that is okay.
Listen, because we're going to get it out of you regardless.
You're going to be a storyteller today.
Yes, you are. I think that both our team and the storytellers always had the most fun, though, preparing for the live tapings.
Yeah, I miss those. The kickbacks, they just brought this like buzzy energy and just, I don't know, this different level of anticipation.
Yeah, because like, you know, the stakes were higher because you only get one take. You know, there's like over 100 people that have paid money and come out to see you tell your story. So we ultimately ended up taking the process that we used for preparing for kickbacks and making it the one that we use across the board to prepare storytellers for telling any kind of story, whether live or not. So anyways, that's just a little bit of behind the scenes info for y'all. But let's see what Theo has to say about his story.
I just re-listened to my story and it was really awesome and a really cool blast from the past to hear it. I guess reflecting on it, it really means even more now. So since I told that story, I've had 2 kids of my own. And my mom from the story now is living with us and taking care of the kids part-time. So it's really awesome to know that another generation is going to benefit from my mom's passion for art and creativity. My kids aren't old enough to be trying out for talent shows or anything yet. But I know that for me, if it came down to it, I would definitely be in the back of a dumpster trying to help their dreams come alive. I'm already super excited about their artistic pursuits. My son is a huge Disney fan, and he's like memorized all of the lines from the Lion King movie and acts it out, jumps off couches and just performs it. So maybe a budding actor. And my daughter, who's only one, can't even like verbalize words yet, but she sings every opportunity she can get. And I already signed her up for a little preschool music class that we go to every Saturday. So maybe one day she'll be trying out for a talent show here soon enough. I think, looking back, I feel like I kind of undersold how much of a singer I was. I sang really poorly, that rendition of Ben. I mean, even though it's mostly limited to the shower and to car rides and singing my kids to sleep at night, I'm a pretty good singer. And I wish I'd leaned more into that. Maybe in this next phase of life, I'll join like a choir or something. But yeah, really wish I could be a singer, or at least flex that passion more and not undersell it. Also, I think maybe I would encourage myself to have done more stand-up or storytelling in general, because I feel like my comedic timing was right on for most of that story. So it was good. And I haven't had a lot of other chances since then to get in front of a stage and tell stories in that fashion. But I am very passionate about storytelling, and my wife and I are working on our own storytelling company now too. So it's fitting to have heard this and be reminded of this phase of my life whenever I was doing some storytelling. Yeah. So appreciate the You Had Me at Black crew for bringing it back. Good to hear it. Peace, y'all.
Dang. Now I wish we got Theo to sing for us at that kickback. But honestly, I feel like our kickbacks deserve a moment. So let's just give them one real quick. If you've never been to one, picture this. A room full of 150 to 200 Black folks, all moisturized, smelling great. Everyone got that shit on. Just listening to other Black folks tell stories in the ways that only we do. The call and response, the take your time, sweetie, when someone needs a moment to collect themselves. It was really just a beautiful act of witnessing another human being and celebrating the fact that our stories and our memories are worthy of a stage. You know, the drinks were flowing, the MC always kept the energy high, and we always had a DJ. So they always had us vibing to a point where after the stories, the kickback turned into the let out. So shout out to DC is Chillin' and DJ Mary B, who MC'd and DJ'd all of our Bay Area shows. The best word that I have to describe the feeling in these rooms was magical. Simply magical. And I just want us to hold on to that feeling for a second. Because that magic, it was not an accident. It was a collective effort of many people existing in a space with intention. And everyone who walked through that door knew it. You could feel it in the way that people showed up. The storytellers showed up ready. The audience bought their tickets and offered their presence. And our team, we just created a container where we were the center of the universe. That's what Black folks have always done. Just like the juke joints and the hair salons, the marketplaces, our very own economies and our own stages and our own archives, because our ancestors have always understood something fundamental, that our stories and our cultures and our lives are worth something, and it's up to us to act accordingly. That's what this next chapter of You Had Me at Black is built on. It's built on one that belongs to and is sustained by those who love it. It's not structured around what a brand will fund or what a network will greenlight. It's built on the participation of this collective community, which includes you, your time, your stories, and yes, your dollars too. On May 18th, which is our 10th birthday, we are launching the Patron Circle. It's how you can stake your support in our future. So if you'd like to learn more, I am hosting a People's Assembly on Tuesday, April 28th. Head to youhadmeatblack.com to RSVP. Until next week, peace.
This special Rewind episode was written and produced by Martina Abrahams-Ilunga and me, Brittany Abrahams. We created You Had Me at Black, and Martina is also our executive producer. Theo's mixtape was produced by Adiza Egan. Miles Dotson made it sound good. Special thanks to Theo for sharing his story and reflection.